What's up, boys? Back out here. Still waiting on the coils, obviously. I told you guys last video they wouldn't be here till the 10th. I don't really want to drive it too much because it's breaking up, and there's just little odds and ends things I need to do. I want to replace all the bolts in the engine bay. I've talked about this before. I got brand new zinc coated bolts for everything, so I'm gonna start doing that. I also got to clean up this wiring harness. I had like an extra 10 feet of wire because I didn't know where I wanted to put my intake temp sensor, so I got to clean all that up, resolder it. All these are showing now. I had pieces all cut for these, but I've just lost them or even thrown them away. I just want to clean up this whole thing. Hey, if any of you guys know where I can get an HKS DLI, I'll throw up a picture right now. At like a reasonable price, I'll buy one. I technically shouldn't need it, but I want it just to have it as like a precaution. And it's just, they were like $100 new, and I can't find them for under like, the cheapest one I can find is $380, and they're all used. It's like you're gonna drop $400 on something you don't even know if it works. And then it's like, do I do that, or should I just spend $800 and go coil on plug? Because I can do that too, and that's probably even better than the DLI. So I don't know. I gotta do plugs too. I'll probably do that in this video. And I'm just gonna clean this engine bay, start tucking stuff. I kind of just got in a rush there at the very end. Adrian said he's got caps for the brake reservoir. I definitely need a new one of those because this cap leaks. There's brake fluid right there, I can see it. Just start tucking, cleaning up the wire harness. I might even make pod filters in this video. I'm gonna run the Summit and see if I can just get 290 degree, I think it's 2.5 inch pipe to there, and then just get 2 pod filters sitting here instead of, because right now I'm just running my mass airflow sensor just so I can have a filter on it. I'm speed density. I'm not even using this anymore. I'm using a map sensor. So this is just there as like an adapter. It makes no sense. So let me get this thing back up on the lift and start taking bolts out. Alright, my rear main may be leaking. Of course it always ends with bad news, right? I got a little drop right there on the oil pan. I mean, it could be transmission. I know this transmission leaks everywhere. It leaks there, leaks all down this seal. I mean, I don't see it on the flywheel. Is why I'm like not 100% sure it's the rear main. I should just listen to myself. I wanted it pushed in some, and everyone was like, "I'll just make it flush. It'll be fine." I made it flush, and I think it popped out. It might be gear fluid, which I don't know. So much happier if it's gear fluid. Maybe. I don't care if it's gear fluid and transfer case fluid. I'll get both of them. I just don't want to have to redo that rear main seal. I mean, I guess I can tell once I pull the transmission out one day, because it's got to be built, or I got to get a 6-speed. That third gear is toasted. But besides that, everything's good. No leaks anywhere else. Not a drop. Okay, let's get in this engine bay. There's nothing I can do about that leak today. Alright, let's start replacing shit. I guess let's take it off there first. It would have been a lot easier to do this when I was putting it together. I just wanted everything to go together good, not have to worry about a grounding issue or anything like that. Honestly, I'm just lazy. This is such a pain because it's like, how far do I go? I should have just replaced every nut and every bolt from the very beginning. I think I want to keep these silver. But then it's like I need silver bolts for there, and I need silver bolts for there, even though I already have the zinc coated gold ones back there. Do I replace those with silver, or do I go all gold? And then it's like my valve cover. They painted these black Story Motors before I dipped it. Should I replace all these bolts on my valve cover? Let's replace these, see what it looks like up against the silver. And then maybe I'll redo those, because this has got to come off to do my plugs anyways, so. What do you guys think? Make them all gold like that? How does gold and silver look? I'm going to wait on these. I'm going to wait till I ask you guys. Let's pull this one out and see if I like gold up against the black. What do you guys think? All gold? I think I'm liking the all gold, the zinc coated. I don't know what to do, because I've been going back and forth on powder coating this anyways. I was thinking about powder coating this black and then just having that silver, which would make that and this match, and then everything gold. But then I still got all my pipe. And yes, I've talked about this before, I'm getting all black. I just left it with what came with it just to get the thing running. I want all black couplers. Dude, I might even powder coat this. I don't even know if you guys can tell. You guys think that should stay gold on the black? I think it clashes with that. Because this is going to be zinc. Because this bracket is coming new from Mitsubishi. It's zinc, like it's that gold zinc color. So this bracket will be like that up against this black. So if all the bolts were like that, I don't think it would look bad. But then I'm still up against the wall on this. I don't know, leave it down in the comments. I think I'm going to take the rest of these out and switch them and see what it looks like. If I replace all those valve cover bolts, I got to get lock washers. I don't have any washers. So I actually think I'm going to hold off on that. I was just thinking about that. That one right there is alright, but I don't want to have to worry about these coming loose, and I definitely don't want to put Loctite on them. You like never know until it's done. And then even when it is done, when it's yours, you second guess everything. I mean, the gold definitely looks better up against the black than silver, I think. I gotta do that one and that one. It's just never ending because I can just keep going down, down, down. I told myself I was just gonna do ones that you could see, but from what the average person can see at like a car meet to what I can see because I've been working on it so much, like if I never replace that, no one ever noticed that bracket bolt. But I will. Same thing with that bolt right down there. I don't even know if you guys can see that one. Where's my light? Same thing with that bolt right there. If I don't replace it, if you just pop your hood at a car meet, no one's going to know that you didn't replace it, but I will know that I didn't replace it, and I'll look at it every time I open the hood myself. I'll be like, don't look over there. Okay, I took that intercooler pipe off, because I am going to replace those, these, those. I can't live with myself if I don't do it. Even though you'd have to be like looking for them once the pipe's on, I just can't not do it, you know? These are better bolts anyways if the threads are the same. I don't think they are though. I actually might not have the right size for this. I don't. Okay, I'm gonna take this apart. I need to get this intake manifold off so I can do the rear plugs. I leave the throttle body hooked up because there's coolant lines going to it. So I undo the throttle body from the manifold and I leave the throttle body on the car. And then you gotta take your throttle cable off and then these bolts out. You got a ground wire back there. All your vacuum lines and stuff need to come off. This one. This is my boost gauge. This is my map sensor. This one can just be unplugged. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then this whole thing will lift up. And like I said, you got ground back here. It's a 12 on my car. And then I just put everything back so I don't lose it. And I should put a towel in there. You don't want to do this and actually have something fall down there. Oh yeah, and if this is looking strange to you, it's because I got the stud kit on all of this, on my intake and the throttle body. This is your fuel pressure regulator. Vacuum line, get that off. I almost forgot that. This is not fun to get off with these studs. There we go, shit. I'll put a new one of those on too. Now take these off. Let's put a gold one on there just to see what it looks like. What do you guys think? Gold or silver? I think gold looks good. I think it'd look better if this was black. And there you go. And replace your gasket too. I got plenty of new gaskets. Alright, it'll be a second in your world. I gotta go get those plugs. Alright, back out here. Got plugs. I like hate parts stores anymore. So I ordered 12 plugs. One step colder. I ordered 7s instead of 6s. I ordered 12 of them because I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to change plugs eventually. And they only had 10. These are 6 good ones that I think they're good ones. Then they have these 4 that just look like they've been ran over. And they act like it's no big deal. I'm like, well, can you get me ones that don't look like this. And they're like, well, if they don't work, bring them back. We'll warranty them out for you. I'm like, it's not about that. I don't care. It's the fact that I gotta take everything apart. Like if I put one in the back that doesn't work, I gotta take this all back apart, just change the plug out. I mean, yeah, if I put one that doesn't work up here, it's no big deal. Just warranty it out. But it's an hour worth of work, if not more. I mean, it's an hour because I've done so much. It's not an easy job to get to the back plug, so it's just, it is what it is. I want to check these two real quick. Okay, like I said, I want these no bigger than 23 at the max. So I'm gonna get a feeler gauge and put the 23. If anything, I want them 22. You know what I mean? Make sure they're 7s too. Yeah, see, that can definitely be closed up. Let's see what they come. What do you think they are? You think they're 30? These things are like 50s. The biggest I can go is 32. And there's so much play in there, it's ridiculous. So there's 23. I put my little brass thing in there. I only got one of them. Tap this down. Now see, now I went too far. Gapping plugs takes forever. 23, that's super tight. Okay, I'm gonna do that 5 more times. I'll bring you guys back once I start putting them in, I guess. Okay, I got them all. 23 is like super tight. Like it's kind of hard to get it in there. And then grinding it, kind of, which is what I want. Yep, see, it's super tight. That's good on all of them. I still really want the enhancer thing. The DLI HKS. Pretty sure I've already thrown up a picture. If I haven't, I'll throw one up right now. But alright, let's get these plugs in. Alright, let's pull these back ones out, see how bad these are. They're still good looking plugs. Yeah, see, the ones that I had in there are right at 30. 30's tight, so I mean, there was just gap too big. I just made them too big from the beginning. Okay, I'm gonna do that 5 more times. I'll bring you guys back. Alright, plugs are done. And I got the stud, so it's hard. But see, I mean, this one's not that bad. This is an OEM one from Mitsubishi I'm putting on there this time. Last time I just used like an off-brand company one because I knew I was gonna have to change the plugs eventually. I saved my OEM one from Mitsubishi for this time. And I got another throttle body gasket. Because this one probably would have been good to reuse. You could feel everything, but I just went new. I'll save this one as like a backup. You can see it. You can still feel all the dimples and everything. And the throttle body gasket can only go on one way. This little dimple right here will always go to like the back of the car. You see those like holes and stuff that line up? It's gotta go like that. Now, I didn't clean the intake runners, but I'm gonna wipe this down because this has got a little bit of oil on it just from like breaking and stuff, I think, and it backfiring there at the beginning. And I'm also gonna wipe down this throttle body with some carb cleaner. It's just from this like being a new engine, you know, just backfiring and stuff on the first startups, but you can see there's some oil and grease buildup on that paddle. So I'm just gonna wipe that down with some carb cleaner real quick. Okay, remember tab always goes to the back of the car on the top. This is 13. I think I'm gonna go a little high because I got studs. I'm actually gonna check 3SX's website and see if they list what the torque should be with studs, because I know it's 13 with those bolts. And I just move it back and forth as I do like a zigzag pattern to try to make sure it sandwiches all down at the same time, because I cannot find the sequence. Even it wasn't even in the book. I'm gonna do steps. Like I said before, we can't find any information on like if this should be 2 or 3 steps or what pattern to do. So I'm starting with the inside, working my way out. I'm just snugging them, I'm not torquing them yet. Now I'll torque them, and then I'm gonna check my torque. This is 7 to 9. Okay, I forgot to turn the camera back on. I kind of just got in the zone. We soldered the boost controller wires on and then put some more wire loom on there just to hide that. I'm gonna tuck all this up. I don't know if you guys can even see it, but it used to just be these, and these suck. I just got like a kit from Harbor Freight one time I was there. they never hold anything together. So just a little heads up, if you buy like the kit from Harbor Freight, those little like wire clips or whatever, they just never stay together. I'm gonna tuck that plug up there and zip tie it so you can't see it. You can get behind that wire loom like I had it last time. And then I gotta clean up these wires. I don't know if I talked about this or if I edited it out. This is all to the intake temp sensor because I didn't know exactly where I wanted to put that. Like there's a lot of wire just sitting over here. So I gotta cut that. I'm gonna run that back around behind this fuel pressure regulator and tuck it underneath the main harness wire loom. Okay, pretty much done wiring. Got everything in wire loom besides the hot wire for the fuel pump. I got the intake temp sensor with wire loom on it. I was gonna run it down the firewall and all the way back and around, and then I ended up, Adrian said just put it with the main harness, and that worked out. Just to go and tie it into this main harness. So that's what I did. Everything else is tucked. I'm gonna zip tie this because I still left my mass airflow sensor plug on, even though I'm running speed density, just in case for some reason I ever wanna go back. I don't wanna just cut it off, so it's tucked under there. But you're not gonna see any of this because I'm gonna run 2 pod filters right here. But still, I just want it all nice, cleaned up. There's really nothing else I can do until I get the coil pack. And there's no point in putting this all back together because this is actually gotta come off for me to get the coils off. Let me know what you guys think about gold bolts still. Should I leave the valve cover black bolts or should I go gold? The intake manifold, if I do end up having this powder coated black and then just having that, I should probably go gold, right? Or should I leave this silver? I scuffed this up so it wasn't like super shiny. I don't like the chrome look. I've thought about this before. I hit this with a green Brillo pad before I put it on a long time ago. I think that's gonna be the end of this one, boys. If you made it this far in the video, don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. This whole build's on my channel. So if you're new, you wanna go check it out, go check out some of my other videos. They're funner than this one, I promise. But alright boys, that's gonna be the end of this one. See ya.